Things are getting spicy on the Epstein front. From the Daily Mail, Epstein floodgates open as judge rules explosive docs detailing Ghislaine Maxwell's sex life can be unsealed and Virginia Giuffre's defamation case within a week. So we got a lot. We could have some bombshells dropping soon. I know a lot of us are interested to find out what is in these documents. All right, so a judge today has ordered the unsealing of a vast tranche of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein, which could shed light on his friendship with powerful men accused of having sex with his victims. Judge Loretta Preska said that 80 documents, which will run to hundreds of pages, should be made public within a week. Wow. The documents will include depositions of Ghislaine Maxwell, which could explain her alleged role in Epstein's sex trafficking operation. I think we already have a pretty decent idea of what that is, but at the end of the day, who knows? I mean, we could find out a lot more stuff than we already presume. So, it could be very, very interesting and disturbing. They could include details about Maxwell's sex life that her lawyers have previously tried to stop from being released, relating to a 7-hour 418-page deposition Maxwell gave, which her legal team said was extremely personal and confidential. Yeah, well, when you're accused of the things that Maxwell has been accused of, your privacy isn't really all that concerning to us, to be honest. In filings, Maxwell's lawyers have called the depositions a series of efforts to compel Maxwell to answer intrusive questions about her sex life. Yeah, well, again, when your sex life involves pimping underage girls to powerful men, yeah, that's gonna be in the line of questioning. It's gonna be in the line of questioning. The documents will also include communications between Maxwell and Epstein from January 2015, when Virginia Roberts made explosive allegations about them in court papers. In the papers, Roberts claimed that she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew 3 times when she was just 17 at Epstein's command. Ugh, it's gross. This stuff gets tough to read about sometimes. The case is separate from the criminal proceedings against Maxwell, 58, who was accused by federal prosecutors of procuring girls as young as 14 for Epstein to abuse. She has pled not guilty and is due to stand trial next year. Yeah, if she lives that long. I mean, they better. I've always said they need to just take her and chain her up into Bill Barr's office for the next year. Either that or just build a cell in the corner of Bill Barr's office. Nobody gets in, nobody gets out. Because if something happens to her and they don't have the information, I know some people think that they already have a lot of information from Ghislaine. I have no idea. That's all supposition, and it's all rumor, and it's all theory. So I don't want anything to happen to her until they have everything. Although the case is separate from Maxwell's criminal case, one of the unsealed deposition documents is linked to her perjury charge. The case ruled on Thursday. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm having some throat issues here. The case ruled on Thursday, which was originally brought by Roberts, now a 36-year-old mother of 3 who lives in Australia and goes by her married name, Virginia Giuffre. I'm not sure how you say it. She sued Maxwell in 2015 for defamation because Maxwell accused her of lying. Roberts said in court filings that Maxwell recruited her and other girls into a sex trafficking ring for politically connected and financially powerful people. The case was settled in 2017 for an undisclosed sum, but the media organization sued for documents in the case to be made public. During the hearing at Manhattan's federal court, Judge Preska said Maxwell's right to privacy was outweighed by the need for the documents to become public. Wait. Oh, yes, her rights were outweighed by the need. Yeah, okay. I read that backwards. Yeah, I was about to say her privacy does not outweigh the need for these documents to become public. They absolutely need to become public. She went through the dozens of documents, which included Giuffre's depositions and various dull-sounding legal papers. That's an odd inclusion. Dull-sounding legal papers? I mean, I'm sure if they're regarding this, there's some dull moments, but sure there's some explosive moments too. The contents, however, could be explosive and may contain fresh evidence against the wealthy elite who socialized with Epstein. After the ruling, Maxwell's lawyer, Laura Menninger, asked for a 2-week delay in the unsealing so that they could file an appeal in the Second Circuit in New York. Menninger said, "There have been some significant changes with respect to my client's positions, and perhaps known to everyone listening to this, while we were speaking about a potential ongoing criminal investigation before. Since that time, Miss Maxwell has been indicted and the trial has been scheduled." Yeah, well, the information's there. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know exactly how all of this stuff works, and I will say that we need to make sure that beyond anything, this is all done by the books. This is all done by the books, and that there's no technicalities that get her off on this. We don't want that to happen. Now we are in a vastly different position and have some grave concern about our client's ability to receive a fair trial given the intense media scrutiny around everything that is unsealed. Well, you know what? I mean, this is a high-profile case. There's going to be intense media scrutiny. And in fact, you could argue that she's facing far less media scrutiny than she should be. You know, if you look back at cases like the... oh, shit, why am I drawing the O.J. Simpson trial? If you look back at cases like that or the Casey Anthony trial, ones that just swept the nation, this has swept the nation, but mostly online. It swept the nation not due to mainstream media coverage. So I think she's getting a little bit better than the court of public opinion really should be giving it to her. So now Giuffre's lawyer, Sigrid Macaulay, said that she wanted the documents made public as swiftly as possible. Judge Prescott said that if the second court had not ruled within a week, the files should be made public. So I guess there's still a chance that the court could rule and that these documents will not be made public. I hope that is a very, very small chance. The lawsuit to release the documents was originally filed by the Miami Herald and their reporter Julie Brown, whose series on Epstein called Perversion of Justice in 2018 put a renewed focus on the case that led to his arrest last July. I'm actually kind of surprised she's still alive, or did something happen to her that I don't know about? Let me know in the comment section. As a result, there are thousands of pages of documents which are being released on a rolling basis. Each time a person's name comes up, they are notified and given a chance to make objections to their name becoming public. There were 2 John Does in this latest batch. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of John Does coming up in these documents, but they did not make any complaints when approached to make any comments, according to court filings. The Second Circuit had already ordered 2,000 pages of documents be made public, and they were released last August, the day before Epstein killed himself. The documents included the unpublished manuscript of a memoir from Epstein accuser Virginia Roberts, which detailed her years of abuse by him. There were depositions from Epstein's pilots, from his former associates, and flight logs showing him traveling the globe with his victims, and famous people such as Bill Clinton. Yeah, I'm sure those Clintons are sweating right now. I hope they're sweating bullets. Either that or they're going to eat bullets. Who knows? We'll see how this plays out. Among those who have taken an interest in the defamation case are lawyers for a John Doe who appears to be somebody who will be featured in the documents. His identity is unclear, but the powerful men who have been accused of involvement with Epstein include former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, which I talked about in an earlier video that I put out, or maybe it'll be after this one. Again, I don't know what order I put these videos out in when I film them. On the same day, Maxwell was dealt another blow when the judge overseeing a criminal case refused her request to gag the FBI, prosecutors, and victims' lawyers. Good. Let them talk. You know, if this is all done above board, and it's all on the judge's orders, well, that's how we want it to happen. Judge Allison Nathan said Maxwell could still get a fair trial, but warned she would not hesitate to take appropriate action if anyone stepped out of line. Yeah, I mean, court of public opinion is pretty much already found her guilty, and I think we're going to find out she's not going to stand much of a chance in court. This is probably going to be a open and closed case, and it's really going to be a matter of discovering the depths and the lengths of her crime or of her criminal activity. But there's no way she's going to be found not guilty for this. Again, unless there's some sort of technicality, which would be, I mean, that'd be cause for riots in the streets. Maxwell's lawyers had claimed that comments by the prosecutors and victims' lawyers meant that the jury could be prejudiced against her. Well, that's just a byproduct of having a high-profile case. When you're a rich billionaire or rich millionaire, multimillionaire socialite who was running with billionaires and running illegal girls to those billionaires, yeah, this is just a byproduct of her actions. So this is a bunch of bullshit from her attorney. Attorneys for Jeffrey Epstein's alleged madam objected to the FBI referring to her as a slithering snake at a press conference announcing her arrest on July 2nd. Well, sometimes you just gotta call it what it is. The letter from Maxwell's lawyers, which was filed on Tuesday, said, "We write to request that the court enter an order prohibiting the government, its agents, and counsel for witnesses from making extrajudicial statements concerning the case. Although Miss Maxwell was presumed innocent, the government, its agents, witnesses, and their lawyers have made and continue to make statements prejudicial to a fair trial." Yeah, you know what? Get over that. This is gonna happen. You know, you have a you have a case like this. It's par for the course, you know, and you picked up the club, so you're at the course. A defendant must be judged by a jury of his peers based on evidence presented at trial, not in the media. Maxwell's lawyer, Jeff Pagliuca, outlined 7 wide-ranging categories which prosecutors, the FBI, and victims' lawyers should be banned from talking about. This includes the character or reputation of the accused. I mean, they don't really need to say it. It speaks for itself. Of the accused, and any opinion as to the accused's guilt or innocence, or as to the merits of the case or the evidence in the case. Pagliuca said he had been forced to act after an inappropriate handling of the case, starting with the raid of Maxwell's $1 million home in New Hampshire on July 2nd. Oh, bullshit. He complained she was apprehended without notice. Yeah, lots of people get apprehended without notice. You ever heard of a no-knock warrant? They kick in your damn door. They don't give you a notice that, hey, we're going to come and arrest you and probably put you in jail for the rest of your life. So just heads up. No. Especially when you're talking about somebody who has, 3 different passports. And I think she has citizenship in a country that has no extradition with the United States. So, yeah, fuck that. Even though her lawyers were in regular contact with prosecutors. That doesn't mean they're going to tell your lawyers, because the lawyers are going to tip her off and then she's going to run. So she has no right to a heads up and a fair warning that she's about to be arrested. No, not at all. Pagliuca wrote, because plain vanilla surrenders lack the fanfare and attendant media coverage afforded to secret armed raids at dawn, the government chose to invade Miss Maxwell's New Hampshire residence, arrest her, and stage a media presentation that included numerous statements that prejudiced Miss Maxwell's right to a fair trial. That had nothing to do with her right to a fair trial. Nothing whatsoever. And do we really believe that Maxwell was actually going to just surrender if they had called her in and told her she was under arrest, that, come on into the courthouse? Hell no, because when the police arrived at her $1 million New Hampshire getaway, what did she do? She fucking ran, and they found her cell phone wrapped in tinfoil. Shows you how stupid these people are. Yeah, wrap your phone in tinfoil. No one's ever going to be able to trace that. Fucking idiots. All right. The letter strongly objected to comments by Audrey Strauss, the top federal prosecutor overseeing the case, that Maxwell lied because the truth was almost unspeakable. I think I was right when my video about getting rid of Berman in Southern District of New York. Not to toot my own horn, but I'll take that win. Pagliuca complained about FBI special. We don't need to hear about all the people that they've complained about. Okay, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, so. They're trying to pull every stop out that they can use as a technicality later, but I don't think any of this is going to fly. I don't think the public is going to let any of this fly. I think the court knows that the public won't let it fly, and so the court's not going to let it fly. I know that is, that's not really a violation of a fair trial, because at the end of the day, this is a very, very public trial. It's going to happen. You can't. She did the crime anyways. I have no sympathy for her. But I am interested to see what all comes out in these documents, and I got a feeling we are going to find out a lot of information, and what I'm really hoping for are a lot of names. I want names. I want deeds. I want whatever is going to lead to more indictments. As many indictments as we can get. All the indictments. I want all the indictments. Let's get them going. Let's get them rolling. Let's get these people in prison and, move from there. So anyways, guys, If you haven't, like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Parler at Ram Thorburn. I do mostly use Facebook and Parler. Also, if you would like to contribute to the channel, there are links to my PayPal, Patreon, and Subscribestar down in the description below. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.